So I'm back making running content. This has been a very strange year off. A lot's happened, which has sort of taken away from my ability to do this outside hobby of making content around running. I've changed jobs, I've changed job again, and now I'm about to have my second child, which has thrown a lot at me. It hasn't stopped my running, but has stopped my sort of capacity to do anything outside of this singular hobby. And it's only going to get busier, but that's sort of the reason why I feel like it's the right time to start making content again. I see a lot of videos online that really inspire me. That's, you know, running journeys, big races, specifically ultra races, and, you know, Ironmans, where people dedicate huge portions of time to have this massive achievement, but it's all of their life. And when they train, they don't need to worry about work, they don't need to worry about anything other than meeting that race. And I think there's something really missing, especially on, you know, online platforms, around people who are trying to still achieve really high goals and amazing things, but have this whole life around them still. And actually I feel like that's something that's not represented enough. So my goal really is to show you what it takes to be a full-time worker, a parent, a husband, and someone that squeezes in that time to get as close to being elite as possible. So we're now on run number 2 of the day. It is Wednesday and I've trained already this morning, and really this is the secret, to be honest. So really the secret around getting these faster times is volume. And it's not really a secret, is it? It's something that everyone preaches, but what's hard to figure out is how you manage that volume and how you work it around your life. For me, it's very early mornings, very late evenings. But as it's summer holidays and I work as a teacher, it means I'm quite free in the afternoons to sort of give myself time and a bit more luxury. Once I'm back to work, actually that luxury sort of disappears. But for now I'm going to enjoy it. But yeah, run number 2, 8 kilometers, fairly steady, fairly easy. Probably a high 4-minute kilometer, 4:40s, maybe even a 4:50. Not really going to think about pace. I'm just going to think about moving my legs along. A very unglamorous run. So when I last left you, I had just finished a ultramarathon and I had achieved sub 17 minutes in a 5k. My time was, I think, 16:57, and I just squeezed it, and it was on a track, and it really felt like I'd achieved something massive and I'd made that step closer. Then there came this big derailment of, you know, injury, taking nearly 2 months to get back to where I was, and slowly building back up again to sort of peak fitness, and sort of thinking to myself, okay, where do I want to go? What's next for me in this running journey? And yeah, it's led me to here. I spent the last sort of few months with one goal in mind, and what I'd like to do is to show you guys the journey that I'm on to try and achieve these goals, how I'm fitting it around my life. Okay, is it recording? Oh, cool. Okay, so that was the second bike ride of the day. It was a VO2 max session, so 6 sets of 3 minutes. at sort of maximum pace with 10-minute warm up and a 5-minute cool down. The idea of doing this is having a hard effort in the morning, normally about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes, then doing this on top of tired legs. So really it's pushing my threshold and my ability to like sustain effort when my legs are fatigued. So hopefully that translates to sort of kilometre 4 in a race, or the sort of last 400 metres where I feel like I normally really fall off. So really it's trying to give me that strength for later on in the race. But yeah, long run tomorrow. So now I have taken my 5k all the way down to 16 minutes and 30 seconds, which a half a minute progress in a year doesn't seem like a lot, but with the journey that I've been on and how quickly things have started moving for me, it feels like I've crossed a real ocean of fitness, is the best way to describe it. I'm now on the other end where I feel like I've got a very solid foundation that is ready to be built on again. And my brain feels like the next 30 seconds is going to be easier to cross than the last 30 seconds. Sub 16 feels something that's actually quite realistic, which is quite me to say. Oh, that was absolutely vile. I still haven't quite figured out how to do fueling properly or take gels and not throw up. I think that's probably the biggest thing that puts me off doing anything longer than a 5k, is the fact that you have to take this fuel through the run. The actual gels themselves make me want to just throw up everywhere. The chewies are okay, where I can actually swallow them, but as you can see, it doesn't go down well. So I've got a long run today, and the idea is to take one 15 minutes before a run, 20 minutes in, and 50 minutes in, and that should get me through the whole run. But trying not to throw up whilst running is going to be quite a challenge today. So yeah, let's see how it goes. 5 kilometers in to this long run. I've had my first gel, I haven't thrown up, so that's good. And actually feel pretty strong. I don't know if it's a placebo effect of just trying it properly for the first time, but actually running a 4:30 pace and it feels really, really comfortable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to about 7 kilometers, and then it's a stretch of tempo pace sandwiched in the middle of this long run. I don't know what that pace is going to be. It's just going to be a solid effort. I've just finished my tempo effort, just about 5 kilometers, and now I'm on sort of the slow second half back, where I'm not thinking about pace at all. I'm really just relaxing to get home, because like with you saw earlier, trying new gels means teaching my stomach how to handle digesting it whilst running, and currently I just want to throw up everywhere. So if I can get home and finish pretty much a half marathon today without being sick, I'll call it a win. But the tempo was very strong, probably I'm going to guess around 350 to 345 pace, which isn't insanely fast for me, but actually to sandwich that within the long run and feel comfortable doing so, I'll take as a win. So yeah, let's just get home. So that was 5k tempo at a 350 per k pace, and actually felt pretty easy, to be honest. So a lot of confidence with that, and what I'm going to try and do is build up more and more how fast I can make those tempos and just work on some running economy. I've got 5k this evening that makes up 25k for the day, and done. So yeah, good training. Whether this content I'm making now is going to be a single long form video or a mini series of videos being posted on YouTube, really it's going to document how I'm taking myself from 1630 to underneath 16 and then taking it further from there, because if I can continue making progress, who's to say where it's going to land?